Hello, welcome to the second semester Generic English course. I am Dr. Vidya Patil, serving as Associate Professor of English at Government First Grade Women's College, Bidar. I will be guiding and assisting you during this course. In today's video, we will be starting with the next chapter about Anne Frank. This belongs to the genre of diary writing. I am sure many of you must be maintaining a diary. Writing a record of all your experiences in your diary is something which helps us to understand ourselves better. One of the best examples of this genre of diary writing is Anne Frank's diary of a young girl. In today's video, we will try to find out more about who is Anne Frank and what is this diary which she has written. Let us now find out more about Anne Frank. Anne Frank was born on 12th June 1929. She was from a German-Dutch origin and was Jewish by birth. She was one of the most discussed about Jewish victim during the Holocaust. She gained a lot of fame posthumously, that is, after her death, when her diary, which was titled or named The Diary of a Young Girl, was published in 1947. In this diary, we get a document of her life in hiding from 1942 to 1944. This was the period when the Germans had occupied Netherlands during the Second World War. In her diary, she wrote about her hopes, fears, and dreams while her family was in hiding from the Nazis in a secret annexe behind a house. It is one of the world's best known books and has been the basis on which many of the plays and films have been based. Anne was born in Frankfurt, Germany. In 1934, her family moved to Amsterdam, Netherlands. She spent most of her life in and around Amsterdam. By May 1940, the Frank family was trapped in Amsterdam by the German occupation of Netherlands. As persecution of the Jewish population was on an increase, in July 1942, the family went into hiding in certain concealed rooms behind a bookcase in the building where Anne Frank's father, Otto Frank, used to work. The family was later arrested by the Gestapo on 4th August 1944. Following their arrest, the Frank family were transported to the concentration camps. Anne and her sister Margot were transferred to Bergen-Belsen concentration camp on 1st November 1944, where they went on to where they died a few months later. Her father, who was the only family member to remain alive, found this diary of hers and then got it published after the Second World War. The diary got a worldwide audience as a reminder of the horrors of the Holocaust and is remained to be relevant even today. The most important part of the diary is that it offers some insight into what it means to be human. This is what Ronald Leopold, the executive director of the Anne Frank House Museum in Amsterdam, says about this diary. So, this diary not just tells us about the horrors of the Holocaust, but also explains to us about how a young girl felt, what were her feelings about being in hiding, about growing up, and about life in general. That is exactly why it has remained relevant during the 75 years after the Second World War, and why it will remain relevant I am absolutely convinced for generations to come. As this diary talks about human feelings and emotions, it is believed by many that this diary will continue to be relevant for the future generations. The Diary of a Young Girl has become one of the world's most read books and has sold more than 30 million copies and been translated into more than 70 languages. The Diary of Anne Frank is something which each one of us should read and try to understand. In your textbook, you are not going to read the entire diary, but just two extracts or two entries from the diary. In the next video, we'll try and read these two entries and understand the context in which they have been written. I hope you liked this video. Thank you.